Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's F1 News. We are deep into the 2026 Formula One season, and if you've been watching, you already know Mercedes is on another level. According to motorsport.com, the Silver Arrows have been absolutely untouchable through the first 3 race weekends, sweeping victories in Melbourne, Shanghai, and Suzuka. And it doesn't stop there. They've locked out the front row in all 4 qualifying sessions and even grabbed the sprint win in China. That is a perfect start. Now, Ferrari has shown flashes of pace and has occasionally pressured Mercedes at the front, especially in the early laps of races. But when you actually dig into the data, it tells a very different story. Mercedes' advantage over the rest of the field is substantial and consistent across very different circuit types, from the street-style flow of Melbourne to the high-speed corners of Suzuka. The Silver Arrows have clearly nailed the new 2026 technical regulations in a way no other team has managed. Motorsport.com's analysis even flags it as a potential warning sign for the championship. If no one closes the gap soon, we could be looking at a repeat of the dominant eras we've seen before. The big question now is, can anyone catch them? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Motorsport.com is reporting that Helmut Marko, the former Red Bull Motorsport advisor who knows a thing or two about championship-winning teams, has gone on record to say that Mercedes will win the 2026 Drivers' Championship. And he sees it as a straight fight between their 2 drivers, George Russell and rookie sensation Kimi Antonelli. Marko believes Mercedes is simply too strong right now for any other team to break through and challenge for the title. But what makes his prediction particularly spicy is who he thinks will come out on top within that Silver Arrows garage. While Russell is the senior driver, Antonelli has made a stunning start to his sophomore season. In fact, Autosport.com reports that Antonelli spent the entire month of April leading the Formula One World Drivers' Championship. The young Italian openly acknowledges he has one clear weakness: his race starts, and he's reportedly determined to fix it. Antonelli even joked that Russell is going to, quote, kick his butt because of the starts. That kind of self-awareness from a driver so young is incredibly promising. So buckle up, folks. A potential intra-team title battle at Mercedes could be the story of the 2026 season. All right, let's flip the script and talk about the team on the other end of the spectrum, Red Bull. And honestly, the numbers are brutal. Motorsport.com has published a deep dive analysis showing that Red Bull's pace in 2026 is their slowest relative to the field since all the way back in 2015. The team has scored just 16 points across the first 3 races, which for a squad that dominated the sport for years is genuinely shocking. Now, it was known internally that the transition to 2026 would be rocky. This is literally the first time in the team's entire history that they are building their own power unit. But according to Autosport.com, the scale of their current struggles has caught many people by surprise. Interestingly, Red Bull showed better relative pace in Australia compared to China and Japan, suggesting the new power unit characteristics suit certain circuit types more than others. Helmut Marko, even after his departure from the team, has also weighed in on the new regulations, admitting that he's critical of how some aspects have played out, but he does expect solutions to be found over time. For 4-time champion Max Verstappen, this has to be a frustrating start to the season. The team that was virtually unbeatable just 2 years ago is now fighting to find its feet. F1 is wild, folks. Okay, let's take a quick break from on-track drama, because this story is absolutely wild. Motorsport.com is reporting that a Kimi Antonelli trading card has just sold at auction for over $200,000. Yes, you heard that right. $201,910 to be exact. The card in question is a 2025 Topps Dynasty F1 Racing Glove Jumbo Patch autograph, featuring a race-used patch and Antonelli's signature, and it's sold through Golden Auctions. This one-of-a-kind card not only became the most expensive Antonelli card ever sold, but it also ranks as the 7th most expensive Formula One trading card of all time. Think about that for a second. Kimi is a second-year driver, still early in his career, and his memorabilia is already fetching prices that rival all-time legends of the sport. It speaks volumes about just how massive the hype around this young man is right now. The F1 trading card market has been booming in recent years, mirroring what's happened in other sports, and Antonelli's incredible 2026 start is clearly only adding fuel to the fire. If you happen to have any Antonelli rookie cards lying around, maybe hold on to them. Moving on, the new 2026 Formula One regulations have been one of the biggest talking points of the year, and opinions are flying from every direction. Let's break it down. First up, Nico Rosberg. Motorsport.com reports that the 2016 world champion has actually downplayed a lot of the growing criticism surrounding the new rules. The 2026 cars feature a near 50-50 split between internal combustion and electric power, smaller and lighter chassis, active aerodynamics, and an overtake mode boost button. Rosberg's verdict? He's broadly positive about the direction. He believes the new regulations are doing what they were meant to do. And in terms of pure racing action, there is genuine evidence to support that. Overtaking numbers are up. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. According to Autosport.com, many drivers are openly dissatisfied with the sheer amount of energy management required. They feel the racing can feel artificial. That overtakes sometimes happen not because of real skill or bravery, but because of who has more battery charge. Helmut Marko has been similarly critical, pointing to specific areas in the regulation design process where he believes things went wrong, though he remains hopeful that Formula One will address the shortcomings over time. And Autosport.com also notes that the new start procedure under the 2026 rules has become a massive differentiator. With the removal of the MGUH, meaning power delivery off the line, is far less predictable. It's a brave new era, but F1 clearly has some fine-tuning to do. Let's talk about the teams finding 2026 toughest, because there's a real split developing in the midfield. Starting with Audi, Motorsport.com reports that team boss Mattia Binotto has been refreshingly honest about where his squad is falling short. Binotto says the primary area they need to fix is the power unit itself, but beyond raw power, the energy efficiency, deployment, and general drivability of the package all need significant improvement. Audi only joined the grid this year as a full works team after taking over Sauber at the end of 2025, and while the long-term ambitions are enormous, the early results suggest there's a steep mountain to climb. Meanwhile, Williams and Aston Martin have also been flagged by both Motorsport.com and Autosport.com as among the teams most under pressure after the opening 3 rounds. On the more positive side, Cadillac. The American team made their Formula One debut this year, and according to Motorsport.com, Sergio Perez has been candid about the challenge ahead. The team's biggest hurdle, Perez says, is going to be out-developing the established teams. But here's the thing. In China and Japan, both Perez and teammate Valtteri Bottas actually crossed the finish line, and they beat the struggling Aston Martins in qualifying at Suzuka. For a brand new team in Formula One, that is a solid start. The F1 grid in 2026 is full of fascinating stories beyond just the top 2. All right, rounding out today's show with a trio of stories that are definitely worth your attention. First, Michael Schumacher fans, get ready. Motorsport.com reports that the first official trailer has dropped for The Kaiser, an upcoming film focused on the early career and Formula One debut of the 7-time world champion. Produced by Grey Universe Ltd. and partners, the film is set to explore the intense pressure surrounding Schumacher's entry into Formula One. If the trailer is anything to go by, this is going to be a must-watch for any F1 fan. We'll keep you posted as more details emerge. Next up, a jaw-dropping piece of Mercedes history resurfaced this week. Motorsport.com reports that team CEO Toto Wolff has revealed he was genuinely ready to fire both Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg during their fierce intra-team rivalry in the 2016 season. The tension between those two drivers, who grew up racing each other, apparently reached a point where Wolff seriously considered pulling the trigger on both of them. Wild stuff. And finally, good news for motorsport heritage fans. Motorsport.com reports that Williams has confirmed their 2026 Goodwood Festival of Speed lineup. Team principal James Vowles will be there, reserve driver Luke Browning, ambassador Jamie Chadwick, and most excitingly, 1996 world champion Damon Hill will be reuniting with the very car he won the title in, the legendary FW18. That's going to be a special moment at Goodwood from the 9th to the 12th of July. That's all for today's show, folks. What a packed episode. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update from Genai's F1 News. We'll see you in the next one.